Intimate sexual issues. Chapter 1. Sexual issues basics. Research has demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that the phenomena of sex affects an individual in ways that are obviously very different from other fundamental instincts like thirst, hunger, pain, stress, and any other feeling a normal human will experience. The appeal of the other sex, as seen via the physiological sexual desire or sexual lust, affects the person in ways that are frequently unexplained and are frequently seen as being a mystery and unique in themselves. Since it has an incomparably higher moral relevance than the attitude toward the other physical cravings, this is typically depicted in the most simplistic way possible. In this area, the majority of men nearly always expect instant gratification whenever and wherever it seems to take over and dominate their thoughts. The basics. The intimacy of the sexual act is one of the most desired responses. The female counterpart is mostly seeking intimacy through the connection as a result of the sex act. The intimate factor is no longer sought after in most interactions because women and men now view the sexual act as a mere exercise to relieve tension, even for a few minutes. Most participants still need some level of health and safety issues addressed before enjoying in the freedom of the sexual act, as without sufficient measures, sexual interaction can lead to a whole new set of mental and physical disorders. Chapter 2. Female physical sexual issues. Women are lucky that physical and sexual issues can now be talked about openly and that there are many ways for them to get help. This makes it easier for women to get information about physical and sexual issues, which helps everyone understand these issues better. Women are more vulnerable to physical sexuality than men due to underlying connective difficulties. All sexual disorders affect women mentally and physically. Sexual encounters often have a major impact on women, therefore they must be handled delicately. Sexual problems can be mental or physical, although most are physical. They interfere with a woman's natural sexual satisfaction. Women should experience desire, arousal, climax, and resolution before and during the sexual act. Due to distractions, most women can't focus on these crucial periods, which are crucial to the sexual act's success. The worst phase is when you don't want sex. Most sexually inactive women complain of difficulty arousing or achieving orgasm. Women also dislike sexual encounters because of pain. Chapter 3. Male physical sexual issues. Males do sometimes have problems that have to do with their physical sexuality. If these problems aren't treated, the person won't be able to have a healthy and happy sexual life. When testosterone levels are out of balance, men will either lose interest in sex or be unable to conduct it. Lack of sexual desire might occur from hormone imbalance. Medical disorders may also cause sexual indifference. Medication can sometimes worsen this element of the person's life. Premature ejaculation might cause other issues that can impact a man's sexual performance. This embarrasses men, making them wary of normal sexual activity. Some men worry about inhibited or retarded ejaculation, which can potentially damage their ego. This disease also deters men from healthy sexual conduct. Some terrible sexual events can make men avoid sex. During an orgasm, retrograde ejaculation forces sperm back into the bladder instead of out of the penis. All of them lead to male negativity, which directly affects physical abilities. When this happens, men frequently use unhealthy methods to release their sex cravings or become sex-averse. Chapter 4. Emotional issues that impact sex. Emotional problems are a big part of everyone's life and can be one reason why they are not sexually active at certain times. But instead of avoiding these emotional phases in the hopes that they will get better or go away on their own, the person should get help to get through them and get back to being comfortable with having regular sex. Sexual issues can stem from past traumas. If these interactions are not appropriately addressed, they could snowball into a scenario where the person is so damaged by the past that they cannot function or respond normally to sexual encounters. Some of the most common contributing factors include marital or relationship issues, physiological issues within the individual, lack of trust in the relationship, communication issues that could prevent the person from expressing their sexual preference during the sexual act or before it, and unresolved trauma. Depression can also affect sex life. Depression can make a person unfit for a sexual encounter and lead it to go awry, injuring both parties. 16. Sexual assault can also induce emotional distress when considering a sexual encounter. Most people cannot have a satisfying sexual relationship without addressing these emotional concerns. People sometimes make the mistake of ignoring the first signs of sexual problems. Instead, they choose to do something else to keep themselves busy. This can be a bad way to deal with sexual problems because in the long run, the relationship will suffer and a lot of pain and bad things will happen. So, if everyone wants to keep their sexual relationship healthy and working, they should get professional help at the first sign of trouble. If one partner is unhappy with sexual interaction, seek professional help. This is also advised if the sexual act has become so rare that intervention is needed before it becomes normal. Most couples put off sex because of their daily routines and don't realize it's gone. This is even worse when one person turns to a stranger for comfort. This makes it harder to restore the relationship. Sexual dysfunction is another reasonable cause to seek expert help. Most people will face this issue, and expert help is the best approach to conquer it. The specialist treating the problem may propose medical treatment to assist the patient recuperate enough to resume healthy sexual activity. There are many things that could go wrong if you don't care about something or don't pay attention to it. Here are a few things to watch out for because they are known to be great marriage breakers. Unresolved disagreements often lead to neglecting each other. This is a sign to each other that the relationship is no longer important, as not wanting to address relationship concerns shows. Depriving each other is another unhealthy relationship discordant. If concerns aren't addressed, relationship partners may feel taken advantage of. This encourages a deprivation mindset by promoting the desire to pay the other party. Unresolved marital issues lead to dishonesty and betrayal. If one party feels ignored, they may seek solace elsewhere, compromising the relationship. This is how most partners obtain attention or comfort. Fighting within the relationship will end it. When basic concerns aren't addressed, this is another way to vent irritation. When negative problems aren't dealt with, it's not surprising that a comfortable and happy marriage will eventually fall apart. Make sure to treat your relationship well.